Welcome to Bad Boys Network. I'm Lenny Hendry, a former strip club DJ, a former athlete, and a former frat guy. And one of my specialties is understanding why women do what they do. And in today's video, episode 1 of Bad Boys Network, we're gonna discuss why women love bad boys and ignore the nice guys. So let's talk about it. Why do women actually love the bad boys? Why are they crazy about the bad boys? Why do they chase the bad boys but ignore the guys that want to do everything for them, that wants to marry them, that wants to give them flowers, that wants to be at their feet, just doing everything they can to be the good guy? Well, it comes down to a few things, right? And psychology has proven that these 5 points that I'm about to give you is the reason women go crazy about the bad boy. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 boils down to abundance. Okay? Or you could say money. Frequency, right? The money frequency. Okay? The first point, as you can see, is abundance or the money frequency. Why is this important? Well, this is important for a couple of reasons. Most of the time, human beings just naturally seem to think and put a lot of importance on things that are scarce and valuable, right? And so a lot of times the bad boy presents itself as abundant with the money frequency. What does this mean again? Well, this means that he's not thirsty. He's not chasing after her. If she wants to come, cool. If she doesn't, that's cool too. Why? Because he is in abundance, not just with women, but in life, period. This comes to finances. This comes to, of course, women. This comes to food choices. This comes to lifestyle. This comes to friendships. This comes to trips. The bad boy is always in abundance. And one of my main points when it comes to abundance and the money frequency, right, is you don't have to have money to be an abundant. Again, I say that again. You don't have to have money to be abundant. Abundance is an energy. Have you ever noticed that women are naturally in abundance? Do you know why? Well, this happens around the age of puberty. As soon as a woman turns to the age of about 14, 15, and her body starts to develop, men now give her attention. And when I say men, I'm talking about like actual adults, even though she's a teenager. So naturally, she starts to get something called the abundant energy. She becomes abundant. She doesn't care about all these guys. She cares about one guy, the guy that has more value than her, but she's not thirsty for guys to get attention. Oh, this guy, this guy, this guy. No, she's in abundant. It's a lot of people trying to talk to her. So when it comes to the bad boy, right, she can be the most beautiful woman in the world, but because he's abundant, he's not thirsty. He cannot have no money, but because he's abundant, he has the money frequency. A lot of times, as you see with the bad boys know how to present themselves in the way of having income, of having money. And he may be somebody that works Uber for all we know, but the way he presents himself, the way he carries himself, he has an abundant money frequency, right? There's many, many human beings on the planet today that has millions of dollars, right? And they weren't born with millions, but they walked around with this money frequency until they attracted those millions of dollars. So when it comes to abundance and the money frequency, I would say, even if you don't have it right now, be it. Be abundant, be a money frequency. Walk around like you have money. Even if you have $10 to spare, hey, give $5 to someone that's homeless to get your abundance going. If you go to church, tithe to get your abundance going, to get your money frequency to go as well. This is the number one bulletin. This is the number one point when it comes to why women love bad boys. It's because the bad boy is always in abundance. The bad boy is always having his money frequency. And most importantly, you know, neediness is not a sign of abundance. And when most nice guys, the woman can feel that he's needy, that he needs her, he wants her, he likes her, and that throws her off. She honestly thinks, ew, yuck, he likes me? But the bad boy, he could care less because he's in abundance. So the number one point I want you to remember is to be in abundance, to always have the money frequency, even if you don't have it right now. That's the number one point when it comes to being a bad boy. And number two, the reason women love bad boys is because of charisma, right? And with charisma, I'm gonna say Jesus. And I know how you guys thinking, right? You're like, I know I'm not Jesus. What is he talking about? Well, charisma is being the light in the room, the person with the vision, the person. Have you ever seen someone, they walk in and you're just like, damn, they're powerful. That person walks in a room and everything stops. The way they walk, the way they carry themselves. That's how the bad boy walks around. He walks around with something we call charisma. Charisma being a force, being a dominant energy that makes people come and hover around that energy. A charismatic also being a person with a vision. Women love to follow people with visions. That's why they love the bad boy. They get around the bad boy. He gives her this life, this dream life that she, dreamed of. He tells us how he was going to become a millionaire. He going to take care of this and they going to live in this house. And she probably was just thinking that I want a white picket fence with a couple of dogs. I don't really want nothing too big. But the bad boy came in with charisma. He's a charismatic. He came in with a vision. Jesus had a following because he had a vision. Jesus had a following because he gave people a brighter future. The bad boy does the same thing. He gives that woman a brighter future, a better future than what she's living for today. And guess what? She falls for it. Why? Because women are naturally weak to the power of words. It's no way to say that. I mean, I was gonna try to say non-strength and try to be politically correct, but honestly, men's non-strength is the physicality. We see a beautiful woman, we don't know what to do, we freeze up, we give her everything, we're willing to do everything because of her beauty. And women's non-strength is the power of words. The power of a man with a vision, the power of a charismatic man, a man that leads, a man that knows himself, a man that's strong in his purpose. So charisma is one of the most powerful things you can do as a bad boy. Even if you're not a bad boy, that's something that you should add to your arsenal. One thing that I make sure I do is whatever room I walk in, I make sure that my energy is up, my shoulders are up, my head is up, I'm smiling, I'm meeting other people, I'm talking and I'm listening, but I'm also letting them know that, I have a vision in life. So one thing the bad boy does extremely well is he has a vision. And that's something you should add to your arsenal too. When you get around women or you get around anybody in life, show your charisma. We all have some type of charisma inside of us. Don't walk with your head down. Don't walk around like you're just a follower. Be charismatic. That is the power of the bad boy. Because according to psychology, the person with charisma most of the time is the most calmest. And people tend to feel safety with people that are charismatic or calming because of their energy, the dominance of that energy, right? So that's the second point of why women love bad boys. And again, I'm not a PhD, I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving you real world experience from a guy that worked in strip clubs, from a guy that DJ'd for a decade, from a guy that was an athlete, from a guy that was a frat guy. I've lived this life. It's not just me theoretically explaining things. It's like real world experience, right? So charisma. And now we get to the third point, right? Which is purpose over availability. I know I misspelled this probably, but who cares, right? The third thing that the bad boy has is purpose over availability. Most nice guys are willing to drop their entire lifestyle because of a woman or because of a relationship. And that's where you fail. Women could care less about, honestly, the relationship. What they care about is a man with a purpose, a man that's on a vision, a man that is so focused and so dialed into life that she orbits around him, not he orbits around her. Your purpose as a man should never be a human or a woman. Period. Your purpose should be what the Creator brought you to the world to accomplish. It should be a goal, a mission, something that serves multiple humans, something that serves life. That's the power of a bad boy. Women crave men with purpose. Why? Because they have an internal compass. It's future orientated. And it shows leadership potentiality. A man with a purpose is a man that's a leader. A bad boy, oh, he can be a leader, right? Because he doesn't just follow rules. He really has this rebel energy. He has this rule, he has this attitude of unconventionality, of not just following the norms, but creating that with purpose. And women crave that. When you show a woman that beyond just being available, that you're gonna be on purpose, they fall in love with, they typically fall in love with that. And that's why they love the bad boy and ignore the nice guy. Number 4, on why women love the bad boy. Strength. Strength. Sounds simple, right? But it's very important to women. This is why they love the bad boy, because he offers protection. A man that's strong can do what? Can protect. And this is human nature for women. This goes all the way to psychology. This goes all the way to dynamics between male and female. This goes back to history. Back in the days, back in the old times, right? A woman needed a strong man to protect her in the wild, against wild animals, against not just predators but enemies, other tribes, or other people trying to do harm to their family. So most of the time, they wanted a man that was taller, stronger, or bigger than them for the purpose of strength, which is protection. But I want to go a little bit more deeper into strength and what it actually means. The reason the bad boy's power, strength, is so powerful to women is because strength also goes to the subconscious. A man that's strong physically is mentally strong as well. Maybe not the way you may think it is. Maybe not based on, the norm of maybe a therapist saying, hey, are you mentally stable? But when I say mentally strong, I'm saying when you have a strong, fit body, you walk in the world a different way. When you have a strong, fit body, and you really have strength, when things happen or things come up, you don't panic because you're prepared because of strength. And when it's time to protect, you're ready to protect. And most of the time when women see a man that's strong and that can protect, she instantly starts to think family. She instantly thinks, I want to have this man kids. She instantly thinks this guy, if anything happens to me, can protect me when it comes to family, friends, the world. When she sees a strong man, she instantly thinks protection. And that's one of the powers of the bad boy. A lot of people is like, oh, to be a bad boy, am I gonna have to go out here and kill people? No, the bad boy is not a killer. He's not a criminal. He's not a bad boy. You might see that in the movies, but that's not a bad boy. A bad boy is someone that can protect when it's time to protect. A lot of you guys are sitting at home and, you're not in shape, you don't hit the gym, and if anything ever happens, you're not going to be ready for the action. And if the action does happen, are you going to actually be able to protect? Maybe not. But one of the powers of the bad boy is that any whimsical, anytime anything happens, he's willing to fight. He's willing to defend her. And I know some guys, man, you telling me I'm going to have to fight for the girl? No, it's not that you have to fight, but you have to be willing to fight. You have to be willing to protect. That's just the human nature of a man and a woman. You have to be willing to protect your family. And if you want to know why women go crazy over the guy, the bad boy, the one that's out here dangerous and doing all this, is because he can protect. He has strength. And so that's one of the next strong bulletins of why women love bad boys. And now we've come to the last point on why women love the bad boy. Number 5 is unpredictability. It's a long word. Women don't like what's predictable. To them, it means boring. When you're predictable, you text every day, you call every day, you show up every single day, you're predictable. And that's what a nice guy is. He's predictable. And I know, honestly, I wish the world wasn't like this. But it's like this. The reality of a woman is she wants a guy that's unpredictable, a guy that keeps her on her heels, a guy that she doesn't know what the next move is. She doesn't know if he even likes her for real. She doesn't know because he's unpredictable. But the thing about being unpredictable is it's a healthy way to be unpredictable. Don't be unpredictable and crash out and yell and snap on her. Never do that, because that's not what bad boys do. They don't. Most bad boys are too nonchalant and really don't care that much to do that. So I'm not telling you to do that. Don't be unpredictable, chaos, crazy. No, be unpredictable in your routine. If you see her Monday through Friday, maybe don't show up one day. If you text her every day, spread that out. Stop that. That's the number one rule. Don't do the same thing every day. If you get her flowers every day, don't do that. Be unpredictable. This is why a lot of men lose their wives and divorces, and why women cheat is because the woman is cheating with a guy that's this guy. That's the reality of it. Most men don't understand this, and they would never understand why they treated a woman so good, but she ended up leaving them anyway. Because of subconscious things that she cannot help. That's human nature for her as a female. She can't help it. You can give her the world, but guess what? She still wants unpredictability. She wants the world to be unpredictable. There's nothing in the world that's predictable most of the time. Is it predictable that you just gonna have your job every day? No, it's not. Things happen. Is it predictable that you can get to work tomorrow safely? Not necessarily. Anything can happen in life. Life is unpredictable. So why are you predictable? And that's what hurts you as a nice guy. I will also say as well as like nice guys tend to over communicate, their patterns. They try to make women feel, like safe and, all these things when it comes to emotionally. It definitely make a woman safe, you know what I mean? Make her safe physically and emotionally, but you still have to be predictable. She can't know every single move. She can't know what she's gonna get from you, because it's gonna be this guy that's gonna show up. And mark my words, it happens every time. She will leave you for this guy. I've seen it happen plenty of times. And guys, I wasn't born this bad boy. Most bad boys are never born. Honestly, I don't know a bad boy that is just born a bad boy. Bad boys are made through life experiences. Kind of like Batman. I would consider Batman a bad boy. Right? If you think about it. Lost his parents when he was a kid. Had to face the fears of bats, caves, and being wealthy. And he turned to this guy that his purpose came before everything. Batman's purpose came before everything, before women or anything. And he was extremely unpredictable. And so to me, bad boys are made through the lows of life and the reality of life, the part that we don't want to face. And a lot of times we're nice, and those are the people that tend to get taken, those are the people in the world, the nice people, the nice guys, as you may say, that get mistreated and abused. They do. That's why I created this channel. Because at one point in time in my life, I was you. It's just so happened that I stopped being you around 12 years old because of traumatic things in life. Because I was woken up to the other side of the world, the raw reality of the world, the tough reality of the world. And so now, my purpose is to wake you up as well. But if you got anything from this video, put it in the comments below. I want you to understand that women love bad boys because of the abundance energy they have, the charismatic energy they have, the purpose that they have in their soul, their strength, and also their unpredictability. That's the main key of it. And if you like this video, like it right now below, comment, and subscribe. We have way more videos coming along next.